feel like perhaps
Kids are a trap, and we were sold false bill goods.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like the universe doesn't want us to record today because the amount of trouble we had just even getting to
Here?
this very moment.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
God damn!
But we made it.
We did.
We're here. And we're going to make it.
And it's great.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Okay.
Do you want to hear my goddamn while you're trying to fix your mic?
Yeah.
So yesterday I went to Disneyland, Han Solo,
Yeah. Fucking brave. Hashtag brave mom.
single mom in it, and I am so tired right now. But we went there with my brother and his family. And so I wasn't totally solo, but like all the parts that you really need a partner for because like they can help you carry the stroller on the tram and the backpacks and the bathroom breaks and all that part, that was still me. But like
Yeah.
at least in line entertainment, I had my brother
Yeah.
and his family. But so we went to go eat lunch. And we sit down and we're like, we made reservations at an actual place so we can get some AC.
okay.
I know, and like cool off, whatever, right? Everything's going great. My brother and his family, they're very religious. They go to church every Sunday. They're very involved in the church, which, as you guys know, I and my family are not very religious. So we get our food and my kids immediately start eating because they don't know like prayer and stuff like
Yeah.
before you eat. And my brother always includes us all in prayer. Like anytime, like if they come to my parents' house for Thanksgiving or something, we all pray before. Growing up, never prayed before eating. But like my brother's religion has such an influence that we all respect it. Actually, I think my parents secretly loved it. Now that my dad's gone, my mom definitely loves it because that's how she was raised, right?
Yeah.
They just didn't raise us like that. I could leave it or take it. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
I don't mind. I don't really have an opinion either way. I don't mind doing it right before we eat. I know how it fucking goes. Anyway, I had forgot though. And we're at this place. We're at Disneyland. Happiest place on earth, having the best time of our life, whatever. My kids just start chowing down on fries and I like kind of like come to at the table and I notice that they're all holding their hands out and I'm like, oh, kids, wait. We have to pray before we eat. And my oldest son goes, why? It's not Sunday. Because that's all he knows about praying. And then my youngest son goes, what? And I said, just close your eyes. Hold hands and close your eyes. Like, I'm not explaining anything right
Yeah.
now. Especially in the presence of people who could probably do a way better than me
Yeah. Yeah.
job at explaining what prayer
And
is.
you're at Disneyland. They're not going to listen.
Yeah,
They
like-
asked a question, but they're not going to listen.
Exactly. Like, what Jesus has to bless the food. Don't ask me why, but we do. For
Yeah.
thanks. I don't know. And so I'm like, just hold out your hands and close your eyes. And so my oldest goes, why? It's not Sunday, as he's doing it. And
Yeah.
then he just like closes his eyes like he's going to get a surprise. You know, he looks all goofy and shit. You know how people normally like bow their head and close their eyes? He's like, what's it going to be? Like holding out my hand, give me a prize. And then my youngest one clenches his eyes so tight. Like when you tell them like, close your eyes, you know, and they're
Yeah.
like squinching their eyes so tight. And he held his face like that the entire prayer. But my brother was leading the prayer and he was like chuckling at the beginning of it. And I was just like, please make it short the whole time. And then at the end I said, amen. And both my kids look at me and I'm like, just eat your food. So my goddamn is that, and then my sister-in-law was like, Auntie Stacy, like chastising me kind of for not, like, for my kids not knowing what prayer is. And I'm like, oh, I don't think you get it.
Oh, no. This is new.
Yeah.
My brother wasn't this person either.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, because growing up, my brother would always like invite me to church and stuff, but it was always based off of like the girls he was dating. Like if they were really involved in church, he always dated church girls.
Yeah.
Then he would go to church and he'd invite me, and I always just wanted to hang out with my brother, so I would do anything, especially like a Wednesday night. I have nothing going on. Sure, I'll go to youth group.
Had nothing going on.
Exactly, and then I
I'm
made my
10.
own friends, and then I liked going for a little bit. But yeah, it turns out my brother is, well, I know this now, but like younger growing up, I would never imagine my brother would be so religious.
Yeah.
And even now when you interact with him, you wouldn't like, if you were on the street, you wouldn't really like guess it. He's not like crazy level of religion. But wow, everything that they do in their life is like that. And I keep forgetting. And then when we're all together, I'm like, I'm sorry, my kids are not appropriate.
Oops. Well, my kids would be worse because they've grown up with even less than that.
Yeah.
I don't think they know prayers happen on Sundays.
The only reason they know that happens on Sunday is because their daycare. She's also like
Yeah.
religious and goes to church on Sundays and stuff. And then like during the day if I don't know, church is like a block away from her house. So she'll take the kids there and they can play in like the Sunday school room and stuff. So when my kid was younger, he came home like asking me about Jesus and stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Actually, my oldest has been begging me to go to church. And I'm like,
Really?
You're not going to like it.
It's really boring.
You have no attention span. This
Yeah.
kid can't even wait.
You're going to get there and someone like, can I watch your phone?
Yeah, I know.
No, man, I want to watch my phone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, actually, I feel kind of guilty about that because he's asked me so many times to go to church. And so many times now that he's just stopped asking.
Aww.
Because every time I'm like, yeah, we can totally go. We just got to find a church we want to go to. And then every time we drive around our neighborhood,
He's
there's
like,
churches.
fucking, there's one.
I know, there's churches everywhere. And I'm like, not that one, baby. That's a Pentecostal one. I've been to a Pentecostal church. Listen, I'm not trying to hate.
That one's probably going to keep his attention the best, though.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, that's probably why I liked going
He's
to the
like,
Pentecostal church when I was younger.
Did you see the demons come out of her? Yeah, baby, I saw.
Why are they speaking in tongues and what is tongues? But not to hate on anybody, because listen, I've been there, done that, and may do it again someday. I don't really know. Not here to spread any kind of judgment, but it's just funny to watch my little kids interact and like, because me and my brother, our families don't get that much time together, even though we live so close. We're all so busy, so it's funny to watch the like two differences in how we're raising them interact. And her kids are all like calm and quiet and respectful, and mine are like, these are my guns. And you're like, baby, don't shoot with your middle finger. Like my brother probably
That's the problem.
Yeah, my brother probably thinks all my children are going to hell. Or the only reason they're not is because they pray for us.
I think I've watched another friend of ours that like doesn't hang out often or whatever. And one of your kids ran by, or maybe it was my kid. I don't know. One of the boys ran by shooting a gun, and the friend was like, "Is that a semi-automatic?" Yeah, it is.
Shit's got a bump stock on it. Oh my God.
Anyway,
So give me your goddamn.
so my goddamn is that my sweet little baby angel, the little girl, we went to Target the other day, and she hadn't had a nap. It was after we started preschool and everything, right? So she's fucking tired at the end of the day. And she had preschool, and then she had daycare. We stopped naps. And I was
She's
like,
had a moment.
I was like, let's go Target. And she was like, hell yeah. So then we were going for my older kid's, his birthday was just happening or whatever. And so we were getting goodie bag stuff. And so we're getting all this fun stuff. And she was all excited, but she wanted to buy her own shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, and also this giant diary with invisible ink. And I'm like, you're 3. You don't need that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spend $20 on it. I'm already spending fucking $400
On
on
some goodie bags.
yeah, some goodie bags for 27 kids.
Why?
There's so many fucking kids.
Why?
That's how many are in his class.
Oh, you did it for school.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to do that? I never do that shit.
I don't know. We
I
did
don't even
because
bring cupcakes. I'm like, I don't know.
you can't bring cupcakes anymore.
Oh,
you
okay,
can't
good.
bring any food that you have to serve. So anyway,
That's
she
fucking
was
dumb.
like, I know. It's since COVID.
My oldest has come home with a lot of goodie bags, and I'm just like, oh, those parents are extra. I didn't know that was like normal.
I think it is.
Oh, God.
But I don't fucking know. Brandon likes to be over the top too.
Yeah.
So I'm going with it. We're doing it, whatever. But I was
Yeah.
already spending a lot of money. I was like, we're not going to buy this stupid shit, right? So then she got pissed. So then she sits down on the middle of the floor, and it's in front of everyone. It's in Target,
Oh,
like
no,
right
we're
in front of the
about to have
registers.
a meltdown in public, huh?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. And you're alone. Oh,
And I was
God.
alone, and I was tired because I had just gotten off of work. My kid just started preschool, and I had another kid who just had a birthday. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired too,
Yeah.
for all the fucking same reasons. And so she's crouched down, and then she's like, "Oh, I want it," and I was like, "Well, you can't fucking have it, right?"
Yeah.
And then she's
Answer
like,
is no.
"Yeah, the answer is no," and it's whatever. And she's like, well, I don't want to walk anymore. And I'm like, well, do you see my hands? Because they are full. Like, I
Yeah.
can't do anything about that. I'll hold your hand.
Yeah.
But I can't hold you. You gotta walk. Not having it. Blah, blah, blah. So then she fucking parks her ass on the ground. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Worked on older kid every
Yeah.
fucking time. Right?
Yeah, like the threat of like, you're going to
Uh-huh.
be here alone.
Like, all right, well, I'm gonna go. Bye, blah, blah, blah. So I walk away and I walk to like, I looked back at her and I was like, come on. And she shook her head no. And she's like fucking down the store, right?
Oh, God.
And we're in not a great neighborhood.
She going to call your bluff.
Oh, she fucking did. And so I turned the corner and I was like, turned around waiting for her dumb little head to pop up, right? Like around the corner.
Mom.
Yeah, like, well, where is she? And I was waiting for it. And it didn't happen. So I went back around and I'm like, what the fuck, right? She had, like, she was kind of crouching, and she fucking parked her ass on the floor. Like, sit down, legs splayed out, like,
Oh, God.
nah, bitch, we're camping here,
Yeah.
right? And I was
oh,
like,
my God. Were people like, where's your mom?
yes. Some guy was walking by at the time. I was like, damn it, right? And so I start walking back towards her, and some guy is walking by her, and he's, like, looking down at her, and he's looking around, and he, like, looks back at her again, and he's looking around. He finally looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, that one's mine.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm on it. Don't
I
worry.
got it. It's fine. Blah, blah, blah. So I finally convince her with, hey, we need to go find the lollipops. Did not say she was going to get one. But I was like, we need to go find the lollipops. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
So then she finally gets up and she's like, oh, Mom, am I being a bad girl? And I was like, yeah, you fucking are.
Yeah.
And she, because I'm trying to gentle parent and it's really fucking hard,
Oh,
right?
it's so hard.
Oh, it's so hard. You can't just yank him up and give him nanny elbow anymore.
Oh, my
like,
God.
you can't do the
Fuck it.
things that our
You
parents did.
deserve that nanny elbow.
I know.
If you don't know what nanny elbow is, I didn't either.
It's when you dislocate your elbow, or their elbow, I guess, when you yank them up. I don't do it. You shouldn't do it. It's a terrible thing. But that is what it's called.
I'm pretty sure I've done that to my child several times.
Yeah.
Never given them the nanny elbow, but the yank up on the arm.
But the
of, like,
yank up?
Get
Yeah.
the fuck up.
I know about it, so I try and pull them up, like, holding their elbow.
Oh, see, just support the give them nanny shoulder.
Give them the nanny shoulder. And
Don't be all fucking loosey-goosey, bro. Use your body. And
Right?
Then you won't get injuries.
fucking stand. Use your legs. So we're walking back there, and then she starts crying. She's like, well, can I have a lollipop? And I'm like, no, you cannot, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're being a
Awful.
little shit right now. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely not. So we finally get through. We pay for everything, blah, blah, blah. Almost to the door. We're almost to the door. And she's like, I'm tired. My legs are tired. And I was like, well, fucking,
So that's
sucks to
what's
suck.
up.
Like,
Yeah.
let's go. I'll hold your
We're
hand.
almost done using them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll hold your hand. And then she said no. And she fucking sat her ass on the ground again.
Oh, God.
This time, however, I look up and right next to her is, I don't know, a fucking 700-year-old man with an eye patch and some, like, hoochie daddy shorts on with his
Some
pasty-ass
what?
thighs, an eye patch,
Yeah.
and some hoochie daddy shorts
Uh-uh.
on one of those, like, motorized scooters, right?
Oh, God.
And he got his pasty thighs all in her vision,
Oh,
sight,
God. Too
whatever.
close.
Line of sight, yeah. And then he goes, careful, little girl, there's weirdos out here. And then he starts talking in a Donald Duck voice. And I'm like,
No.
sir, this is unhelpful. Like,
Oh, my God. He talked in a Donald Duck voice.
yeah, I can't do it. But he did. And I was like,
Was it like that? Like,
that. Yeah, 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 yeah. And he looked like a fucking character, right?
no.
And
You're
I'm
like,
like,
yeah, like you, sir?
yes, exactly. I'm like, yeah, man, I know. We're fucking aware. Thanks for bringing her awareness to this.
Yeah, to this dangerous
Yeah.
situation.
She doesn't give a fuck. She's not afraid of anybody.
Oh,
she just
good.
looks at him like, mind your fucking business, sir.
She's got a mean face, too.
She does. And she just like looked at him like, ew. And then looked back at me and just sat on the floor. And then some other mom came over and was like, oh, honey, I love your dress. It's so cute. And I'm looking at her like staring daggers like, bitch, keep walking, right?
Yeah.
And
Carry
she's like,
on. I'm going to stab somebody and I don't have to try to be nice.
I'm waiting for the crowd to disperse so I can surfboard this bitch out.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? So then she stops and she's like, I love your dress. Can you show me your dress? And baby girl just goes, it's not a dress. I'm like, everybody should just walk away. Like, if you don't have to take this abuse, don't. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
Yeah.
keep walking.
I wish I could walk away.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, is it a tutu? And she goes, no, it's a skirt and a shirt. Like, fucking sass, you know? And the lady's just like, okay. Like, fuck, man, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
So then they finally leave, and then the character man, Donald Duck's pirate dude, fucking handlers came, and then they all left. So then I literally surfboarded that bitch out, and she
Good.
was fine with it, though. So it wasn't even like a
Scene.
scene or anything. She was just like, thanks, like, don't have to use my legs. And I'm like, bitch, this is all I got.
Told you I didn't want to use my legs.
Anyway, you want to hear about murder?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's do it.
Here on episode 260, I'm going to tell you about Joanne Witt.
Joanne.
Joanne. So I don't have a lot of background info,
Uh-huh.
but Joanne was a single mom to a daughter named Tyler.
Okay.
They lived in El Dorado Hills in California, which is in Sacramento.
Okay.
Joanne was an engineer for the county, and they lived in an upscale neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
But-
Joanne.
She's doing all right.
Uh-huh.
By most accounts, Joanne was a good mom, but there was one incident when Tyler was 5 years old where Joanne hit her and Tyler was taken by CPS temporarily.
Well, how about she hit her? Closed fist? What are we talking?
I don't actually know. I don't have any information around that incident, but
That's
she
gotta
got
be
her
a good
back.
hit.
So it must have been fine. Like maybe there was a bruise. I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know, but she got her back.
You
so,
can get CPS to take your kids from a bruise?
I mean, if you hit them and it leaves a bruise,
Well, how would they know if it's really from that or something else? My
match
kids
it
are-
up to your handprint on
Covered
their
in
face.
bruises.
I don't know.
Oh, damn.
I don't know what the incident
I need
was.
details. Bruises on the butt from a spanking?
You're like,
that
am
enough for
I
CPS?
in danger?
Yeah, is that asking for a friend?
How
When they
long
really
do they
deserved
take
it,
'em?
and they were laughing the entire fucking time. And I had to hit them hard enough so they stopped laughing.
I don't know.
Please
Anyway,
do not call CPS. My kids are so happy.
your kids are
They're
so
fucking
fucking
lucky.
spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to say that mine aren't. It's the
I got
same
you.
thing.
I was not offended. I'm aware.
Bitch. So to jump right in, it is December of 2008.
Yes. Okay. Great yearish. Fresh out of high school, college years.
Mm-hmm. And Tyler,
Financial crisis.
2008, best year. There was a recession. Everybody lost their house.
I didn't have one, so I didn't give a fuck.
I
There
heard
was
about
the
it.
swine flu.
Yeah. Was that when SARS came back? Was that the avian flu? I don't know. You know?
Yeah. H1N1.
Yeah. Anyway, Tyler met a boy through mutual friends, and his name was Stephen Culver,
Okay.
but he went by Boston.
Weird.
Don't
he
know
must
why.
have been from Boston.
Maybe he was. Maybe
Who
he had a hard time pronouncing his R's, and so everyone was just like, "Is that a speech impediment? Call him Boston."
That might be my oldest son. He told me just the other day. He goes, "Mom, R's are really hard for me. Like, I can't say the word world." And he says, like, "World."
Wild.
He always has sounded like he's from Boston, though.
I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, how far east or how far west do you have to go before it becomes a speech impediment that you have to get fixed in schools? Like, that's not an accent. That's a
California
problem.
for sure. Like, he's going to be in a class if he doesn't work it out. I still have hope.
You still have hope. Yeah.
I haven't practiced with him at all. I'm not a speech therapist. I
No.
fucking know what he's saying.
You're like, I don't know, go like this.
That's what I did. And he's like, ooh. I'm like, yeah, close.
So
You'll get it.
close. Yeah. Okay, so Boston, back to that.
Yeah.
Boston worked at Rubio's Bar and Grill.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck yeah.
Bomb.
Hell yeah.
Titties.
Good guy to date.
Mm-hmm. He's got that bean and cheese on lock. That shit's
Street
bomb.
tacos.
So the-
Extra lime.
Ooh, yeah, a little fucking
Onion and
salsa bar over
cilantro.
there.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Oh, fuck. So the two hit it off immediately, and they started dating 2 months later. Okay. Problem was, Tyler was 14,
Uh-huh.
and homie was 19.
Ooh, been there.
Yeah.
But it's 16 and 19.
yeah,
so-
14 feels real young to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But gross, right?
Super.
And then they were also having sex. So
She's 14.
she's 14, and
She
he's
just get her period, and she's like, let's use this hole.
yeah, I guess. She's like,
Oh.
oh, I guess we're open for business.
No.
And motherfucker is an adult, right?
Yeah, he's influencing that. No way is she like, let's have sex.
Yeah.
He's pressuring her.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even if she is, that's a fucking child and an adult. Sir,
Yeah.
don't do that,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bad idea.
That is a one-way ticket to jail.
Mm-hmm. And Tyler told her mom about Boston, but she said that he's just a friend and he's like a brother, blah, 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 right?
Oh,
so, like,
brother puts his dick in me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Ew,
gross.
that's gross.
Yeah.
So then around April, Tyler started to beg her mom to let Boston stay with them because he didn't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
So, sounds like a stand-up guy.
So no. Is what she said, right?
Hard pass.
Yeah.
The mom was like, no, thank you, right? I don't want a strange man in my house. I will continue to call him a man because he's 19 years old, right?
He's a man. Yeah.
He is a fucking man. And Tyler's like, he's my best friend. He's like a brother to me, blah, blah, blah.
It's
like,
fine.
help a homie out, right? And so the mom finally concedes and he stays in the guest room,
Okay.
okay? But
She sneaks.
They started sneaking and geeking.
Uh-huh.
And one day, Joanne was walking down the hall and she noticed Tyler's door was open, but Tyler wasn't in there, and Boston's door was closed. So she went and knocked on the door, and in her opinion, it took far too fucking long for him to open the door, and when he opened it, he was partially dressed.
Yeah.
So she was like, not on my fucking watch, right?
Gotcha.
Bust in there, and she finds Tyler hiding in the closet naked with like a towel or something over her,
Nope.
right? So she's like, absolutely fucking not. I'm gonna call the fucking cops. This is statutory rape. Like, get
Yeah.
out of my house.
Oh, shit.
No, you know? And I'm helping you out. You don't have anywhere to stay.
Yeah.
Fucking respect my
Authority.
rules. Yeah. No, thank you, right?
Yeah.
Don't fuck my child.
No. I'll kill you.
So he moves out the next day. But now Tyler's sad because she's not living with her boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
So the two met up to go over a plan of how they could be together.
Oh, no. Is this mom going to die?
I'm not going to tell you,
Okay.
but it's probably pretty obvious. So one of their ideas was to run away together, right?
Oh, God.
But they knew they wouldn't have much time before they got caught. So they decided that they
And
should
also, he works at Rubio's. Like, what are you going to do? With what money?
bring some burritos and you don't have to spend money.
Yeah.
I don't understand the problem, Stacey.
Hotel 6.
Yeah.
$29 a night.
Right? This is 2008, baby.
Yeah.
Everything's cheap. Yeah, cheaper. So they decide they're going to Romeo and Juliet this bitch, right? They're going to run away together and then kill themselves
Oh my God.
because
That's drastic.
the law is going to be on them because he's a man and she's a child.
And we just can't be together even if we wait 2 more fucking years.
So they wanted to run away to San Francisco, which is like 1.5 hours away from where they were,
Uh-huh.
for a weekend and then kill themselves on that Monday. Because,
This
like,
is a terrible idea.
spend the weekend doing something fun, you know? Like a
Before you
last
die.
hurrah.
I'm still here to say that I'm pretty sure that this is all of his influence on her.
Yeah.
Because, like, what 14-year-old is like, let's kill ourselves?
Probably me.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
I was a
Mia,
weirdo.
14, was like, he was a boy and she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? And
Me
then if-
too,
if you
except
were
it
like-
was also like the
And then cut
fucking
myself.
eyeliner and I'm going to cut myself.
I had
And
the eyeliner and all that shit, but I was like, no, let's not cut ourselves. Let's go to the beach. Do you guys like tacos?
this sounds hella more fun. And I was like, look, I can carve into my leg a name. Like, who is that?
Good God.
You know, I
How
hung
are
out
we
with
friends?
weirdos. I don't know.
Also, when I was dancing and singing, I spilled water all over myself. And
I bet it feels good.
felt great.
Yeah. So on May 17th, 2009 was a Sunday. Joanne
The
called
Lord's Day.
the Lord's Day. They were probably praying. And Joanne called the sheriff's department to report Tyler as missing.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
Has she been missing a while? Like days? A day?
I think it was like a day. She couldn't get a hold of her, and then she knew that she was dating a man, and
now
so
it's Sunday. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and she's like, "Hey, this isn't okay. Like, she's
Yeah.
a child,
Yeah.
and she's dating a man."
Yeah.
So when the cops came to get a statement, she told them what had happened with her boyfriend Boston and them being caught and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she told them that he's a whole ass man, Tyler's a child. So the police took it pretty seriously.
Good.
Fortunately, while the police were there, Tyler called her mom and told her that she was at a friend's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then the cops went to said friend's house, picked up Tyler, and brought her back home.
Okay.
And they're like, don't fucking do that, right?
Stop it.
Mm-hmm. Bring her trifling ass home. So during the ride home, the police were questioning her about Boston and her relationship with him and everything. And Tyler denied it being a sexual relationship. She said that they were just friends and they're really good friends. He's like a brother again,
Because
right?
she's probably been primed and whatever.
And
to-
she
groomed
knows
to
that
say
that's not
Yeah.
appropriate for
Yeah.
a child to be dating a man.
Yeah.
And so at this point, Joanne opened a case against Boston for statutory rape.
Okay.
She's
Good.
like, keep him away from my fucking daughter, right?
Yeah.
But there's no evidence, and Tyler was denying that they ever had sex. So the cops were like, well, that kind of fucking sucks, but there's
Yeah.
not much that we can do.
If it happens again, call us.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. So on June 10th, the cops touched base with Joanne again, and they said that Tyler was still denying the sexual relationship with Boston. So basically, they're going to drop the charges. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing we can do. We're going to drop the charges, right? It's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So Joanne went and grabbed Tyler's diary, which she had found that had explicit details of their sexual encounters. because she was a child and
Yeah.
she documented fucking everything,
Oh,
right?
God.
You're writing in your diary before bed.
I can't imagine as a mom reading that.
No, it sounds terrible. Ugh. So Joanne gave that to the cops, and she also gave them a towel that was on Tyler's bed.
Jizz towel?
Ew.
Jizz rag.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it was the one she was hiding behind or something. But, like, as a mother, I don't want to touch that. And I'm not going to give it to the cops. Like, what? Here's Exhibit A.
A towel with jizz on it, but like how to get there, we don't know.
Are they going to run DNA tests on it? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? That's weird, right?
Yeah, that is a little weird.
But
Unless you know for a fact that it might have her DNA and his DNA,
Yeah.
and literally you're going to the DNA level.
But this is also like days later, you know?
Yeah.
And are you going to the DNA level? Like,
Yeah.
she's really trying to pursue this? I
Yeah.
thought she just wanted them away from each other.
Yeah.
But, okay. So the cop was probably like, thanks. Ew.
Do you have gloves?
Do you have a bag that you can put that in?
Oh, God.
So the next day, I guess Joanne was feeling some kind of way because she told Tyler what she had done, and then Joanne went out somewhere.
Oh, she's like, hey, by the way,
I gave them your diary and your fucking jizz towel and
bye.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking gross. Sorry about it, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
So then she left, presumably to work or something, right? While she was gone, Tyler called Boston, who was at work at Rubio's, and she was basically like, bro, we're fucked, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mom gave him my diary. I don't know if you know this, but we've had sex 47 times. I've journaled each one, you know?
In extensive detail.
Yeah, rated them all on a scale of 1 to 100. And they all know what your scores are now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's out. Word's out.
Yeah, and I guess her diary had some top-notch smut in it because they're convinced that Boston was about to be arrested.
Okay.
And they decide to do their little runaway plan, right?
Oh, God. Oh,
Like,
God.
fucking ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
So that day, Boston came over to Tyler's house while her mom was still out, and they talked about their plan. They decided that they wanted to run away before Saturday, which was in 2 days, and it would
Okay.
be the 13th, okay?
Okay.
Because they figured that's when the cops were going to come looking for him, was on a Saturday. I don't know why.
That's weird. It's like, I work all the other days. so
Yeah,
they
they're
won't
not
come get
going to
me.
come then. They'll probably come on my day off, which
Yeah.
is Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what was happening in their
The
head.
people need their burritos.
Yeah. Can't just take a line cook off the line.
Do you know how well I can wrap one?
I'm all they have.
Yeah. They wouldn't. This store wouldn't survive without me.
Yeah. So that evening, Joanne came home and she apologized to Tyler for giving the cops her diary and for invading her privacy, right? So she's like,
Okay.
fuck, that was kind of a
I
lot
went-
back there.
I went ham.
Yeah, I did a little too much. I'm going to bring it back.
Uh-huh.
But whatever. So she apologized for it. And then she went and relaxed in bed, drank some, and watched TV, right? Fucking living the dream.
Yeah.
Tyler stayed up playing video games until about 10 p.m. And then when she was ready for bed, she went by Joanne's room and she noticed that Joanne was sleeping, but the TV was still on.
So she passed out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Tyler knew that that was a sign that her mom was drunk.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh shit, she's drunk. So she called Boston and was mad and complaining that her mom was drunk and that if they wanted to run away, they should do it tonight, right? Like,
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
best time.
Yeah. She'll never know.
But they realized a little hitch in their plan. If they just ran away, Joanne would obviously notice and she'd call the police, right? And then they'd get caught sooner.
Yeah. They just noticed this hitch.
Yeah, they were like, uh-oh, our plan's not going to work. We're not going to have a whole weekend
Yeah. Before we off ourselves.
before we kill ourselves. Yeah, so we better kill her.
Oh, God. Worst idea ever. Reel it back, guys.
Because it's a 14-year-old and a pedophile 19-year-old
Yeah.
making fucking plans.
Uh-oh.
Terrible idea.
That is a terrible idea.
So Boston drove over to Tyler's house, and he parked at a school outside of the gated community that she lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked the rest of the way so that his car wouldn't be tracked on the like, gate thing or whatever, right?
Okay.
When he got to the house, Tyler met him outside, and he showed her a knife that he had brought
Oh, my God. A knife?
mhm,
This is how we're going to do it? Oh, no.
that he was carrying in a Rubio's bag.
I
I don't know if it was a Rubio's knife,
I
but
was
they
just gonna
did say he had access to knives at work, and he also had some blades and whatever, like, at his house, right?
Oh, God.
So Tyler brought him inside the house, and then she grabbed a knife from the kitchen block, and then she led him up to Joanne's room. And Boston went inside the room, Allegedly, Tyler chickened out and put her
good.
knife on a shelf outside the door and then sat down with her back against the door and her hands covering her ears and was
No.
humming to herself
No.
because she could hear her mom saying, stop.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, she should have stopped this far in advance.
Just don't date the guy.
Oh.
Like, I realize people hate their fucking parents or whatever, and I know I'm gonna be on that list in my kid's life and everything, but, like, they really do have your best interest at heart.
Honestly.
You're a child that's a man.
Yeah.
It's not good. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh God.
I think your mom was right on this one, you know?
Oh my God. Well, you think? And she was willing to off herself. Like, that is so disgustingly sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
So after a while, Boston came out of the room, and Tyler noticed that he had blood on him and on his face.
Yeah.
And Tyler went into the room and turned the AC all the way cold and then closed the windows.
Oh, that'll take a while.
That was, I guess, what her thought was, that it would slow down decomp so
Yeah.
less people would notice.
Oh my God. You know what's worse? Like getting caught for murder. That's worse than getting caught for running away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Also, just murdering your mom. Like, that's your one fucking person that loves you.
She
I
made
mean,
you.
if you're lucky, you don't
Yeah.
have, like, a shitty mom or whatever. But,
Yeah.
like, that's a person that has your back forever.
Yeah.
And she had her back with this. Like,
oh my God.
you gotta accept it.
That's so sad.
So after this, they walked back to Boston's car and they drove to his dad's house where they burned his clothes in the fireplace.
Mm-hmm. Was his dad like, why are you making a fire right now?
I don't think his dad
It's
was real
June.
present.
Okay.
Right? It's hot. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So on June 12th, which was a Friday, the couple went to a mutual friend's house named Matt. And they told him about their plan to run away to San Francisco and commit suicide, right?
Oh God. Was Matt like, hey, do you want to think about that?
Hey, real quick, have you thought about it? Have you thought about not doing that? No, presumably he was like, cool. Like, great story.
Oh, what a terrible friend.
I read that book, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, it's totally like you guys.
yeah.
And I don't know. I guess didn't say anything against it. It's just
Oh my
like,
God.
cool plan, guys.
Terrible friend.
I'm probably just going to play some video games and hang out with friends for a while.
Yeah, right. I'll be
Like,
playing GTA.
yeah. So later that day, Boston told Matt that he had murdered Joanne by stabbing her and slitting her throat. And Matt was like, fucking bullshit. Prove it. And so
What
Boston,
a weird reaction.
maybe,
Man up.
right? Maybe this guy talks a lot of shit, right?
All
He's
right.
like, fucking right. Of course he did. Maybe that's why he didn't think much of it when he's like, we're going to go kill ourselves. He's like, well, okay.
Yeah,
You know?
maybe. Yeah.
So Boston went and showed him the bloody knife that was still in his trunk in his car.
Oh God. He's
And
got the murder weapon on. He burned everything else, but he kept the bloody knife.
Right? Well, he did later throw it down one of those like storm drains or whatever on the side of a road.
Yeah. Was it still bloody?
Yeah, it was, but they never found it. So
Oh, okay.
there's that.
Oh. So he probably didn't throw it down a storm drain?
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, whatever he did with it is gone.
Okay.
So the next day, which was the 13th on Saturday, the day they're supposed to run away, Matt went and hung out with his other buddy, Matt.
Matt.
Matt and Matt. Everybody was named Matt. That's our generation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Matt told Matt, too, that Boston had murdered Joanne, and Matt, too, was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So he called Boston and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I heard this. Is that true?
Yeah, and Boston gave him the whole fucking lowdown, right? He's
Oh my
like,
God. He's not a very good,
secret keeper?
yeah, to get
Yeah.
away with this. Anyway.
Yeah. Criminal?
Yeah.
No, he's not very good at any of this. And so he tells him everything. He confesses to it all. He's like, yeah, isn't that shit crazy? No, we're going to go kill ourselves. And
Oh my
Matt,
God.
too, was like, weird. Crazy.
Another person that didn't care.
Yeah.
Wow, these all sound like awful people. Like awful friends.
Yeah. So Boston was telling the Matts that Joanne said that if he moved out that she would drop it and like drop the statutory rape charges and blah, blah, blah. But she decided to get drunk and then she kept pursuing it and she gave him all this stuff. And so like she's ruining my life, this and that, right?
But none of that really happened. His life was not ruined. Nothing happened, in fact, other than she said, I'm going to try to pursue statutory rape. And they were like, we have no evidence.
Yeah, but then she gave him the diary and the towel if they're
Yeah.
going to do DNA. But I guess the diary would have been enough to get a
Implicate him
statutory rape charge, I'm
Oh,
guessing.
okay.
But also, that's less than murder still, if we're doing like a scale system.
Yeah, yeah. If like we want to rank them from like bad to worse.
Yeah, like still not as bad as what you just fucking did.
Yeah, yeah,
You're making it worse.
yeah. You should have been in trouble for that first one.
Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah, for that rape.
Yeah, apparently you're just gross all around though, because this is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So basically, he's like, I fucking had to do it, right? And so Tyler and Boston continued on their plan to run away, and on Saturday night, they wrote goodbye letters to friends and they mailed them off.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yep. Tyler also wrote a short story called The Killer and His Raven,
Stop
in
it.
which
Shut the fuck up.
a 14-year-old girl and her 19-year-old boyfriend were lovers.
Yeah.
And the man killed the girl's mom after the mom turned over the girl's diary to the police.
Yeah.
So, like, she wrote their fucking story.
Yeah.
And Boston wrote about the test of love was being able to kill someone in order to be with the one you love. So they think they're so fucking romantic and
Jesus
poetic and shit,
Christ.
right?
Yeah. I bet they didn't even like each other that much.
No one did then.
Yeah, you're all fucking faking it.
Yeah. So the next day, June 14th, they were staying at a hotel in San Francisco and they had cake and milk and rat poison.
What do like milk? That's weird.
What was with the cake? Because she's a child.
That's something you would eat too. Oh, it's cake. I need milk.
I'm going to need that. Not anymore. That's gross as shit now. But at the time, yes, when I was 14, when I was a kid too, I was like, you need milk with
I-
fucking cake.
Don't think I ever drank a glass of milk willingly.
My parents gave us milk every fucking night. And now my doctors or my kids' doctors are like, are you giving them milk? And I'm like, oh, no. That's
know,
gross.
right? I know.
They eat it with their cereal sometimes.
They eat plenty of Cheetos, so they're getting calcium. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. They get a multivitamin.
Like, baby girl has like 18 bluebells a day. Does that count? Bluebells? Baby bells. Baby
Yeah, yeah.
bells.
I know what you meant.
Okay, so they fucking ate their little concoction, their cake, milk, rat poison thing.
Ugh.
But they didn't die.
What happened? Did they just shit their brains out and vomit?
Maybe. I doubt they even ate that much. It was probably like a half-hearted attempt because
They're like one pellet each.
yeah, this should be enough. So then on Monday,
They
Joanne
just wake
didn't...
up and they're like, that didn't work.
Yeah, basically. They're like, uh-oh,
I just didn't feel good that day.
plan went to shit.
Oh, no.
And Joanne didn't show up for work. So the police were called and they went to her house and they found her dead in her room with the AC turned down low. They're thinking the killer did this to preserve the body, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, right? She had defensive wounds on her hands and her fingers,
Oh, my God.
and she had male DNA under her fingernails.
Good.
She had 20 stab wounds on her face.
Holy shit. He just stabbed her in the face?
What the fuck, man?
Oh, God.
You can't even stab a face.
That's weird.
hard.
Ugh,
Like
gross.
actually
Yeah.
hard.
That's gross.
Fucking awful.
Yeah.
So police obviously noticed that Tyler wasn't in the house, right?
Yeah.
So the investigation focused on her. And since the statutory rape charges had been started, they were also looking for her boyfriend. So, like,
They're
that's
like,
fucking suspicious.
Pretty sure I know what happened here.
Yes, exactly.
I wonder if they're like, fuck. You know?
Like, we really should have brought him in for that.
Yeah.
Right? So on June 17th, a cop out in San Francisco saw Tyler in Boston and arrested them.
Oh, good.
Tyler accepted a plea deal and testified against Boston and pled guilty to second-degree murder, facing 15 years to life.
That's it? Oh, to life. Okay.
So Tyler and Boston turned on each other immediately.
Yeah, because they're such good lovers.
Yeah, exactly. Saying that they had planned the murder together, but they both said that the other one had actually committed this whole act, right?
Except for the mom has male DNA under her nails. But okay.
The facts kind of get in the way.
Dude,
When-
the poor Tyler. Like, obviously she was groomed and taken
Yeah.
advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
And then for him to turn it on her.
Yeah. The person you love so much to Romeo and Juliet
That,
yourself.
Like, you let kill your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruined your life.
Yeah.
Not to say that she's not culpable in it, because obviously
Sure. Yeah.
she was through all of it and
like
everything.
at 14, you know that difference from right
Yeah.
from wrong. Yeah.
But also at 14, she's a child and he is a whole ass fucking adult
Yeah.
into his adult life. Like, he should have
Like,
known.
under the law, he
better.
is liable. She
Exactly.
is less. Yeah.
She's less, exactly.
Yeah.
So Tyler's mental health was also brought up in trial. Apparently, she had dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, damn, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
And she believed that she had 3 souls crammed into one body. Herself, Alex, who was an angel, and Toby, who was a demon.
Toby. Hey, what 14-year-old doesn't?
Honestly. Yeah.
Not to downplay.
Not to
DID,
downplay.
but, you know,
Yeah. But also, my baby girl,
she's
she's
them
got
all
some
now.
demons.
Right now, for sure. We need to exercise those.
Yeah. So Boston claimed that Tyler had killed her mom before he even got to the house.
Lies.
And he had seen her dissociative identity disorder in action before, and he'd seen Toby come out like in arguments with her mom where she was like physically fighting, whatever, blah, blah, blah,
Did
right?
he know the name Toby? That'd be interesting.
I think so.
Oh, so
I
like
think
she talked about it.
Yeah, I think it was a
Thing.
like an out loud thing.
Okay.
So he's saying she was already dead, and Tyler had this thing where she would flip like she wasn't herself, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And that was what happened, or what he's guessing happened. He gave pretty much the same story that she did, where, you know, she was covered in blood and they burned the clothes in the fireplace, just switched from him to her.
Okay.
Boston was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Good, because like he admitted it to Matt and Matt.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. And Matt were like, yep,
I seen it.
I heard about it
Yeah.
firsthand. And I heard
Sorry
about it on
about
the
not
phone.
saying something back there.
Yeah. I saw a murder weapon.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking damning, right?
Jesus.
And Tyler was given 15 to life, and she was granted parole on August 26, 2022.
Oh, wow. Very recently.
Yep, just last year.
How many years is that? You said 2008?
2008 to 2022.
So
We're dumb.
14 years.
I don't know, man. I went to school for fucking art.
I was thinking I was adding 5 extra.
It's not how
I
it works.
am exhausted, so I can't even say my own first name.
I'm just a big old dummy. So,
Yay. Damn, that's crazy.
isn't that crazy?
Oh, shit. How's she doing? Where's she at? Do we know?
It did not say, and I did not pursue it because she was a child, and I would like to believe in reform and all that in our prison system, even though I don't really believe in it. I
Like,
would
they're
like
not
to
going to
believe in it.
reform her, but hopefully she reformed her.
Yeah, hopefully she's doing better. Hopefully she got some fucking GEDs and
That's rough.
whatever and is doing
Jesus.
okay. But,
That's fucking trauma.
right?
Oh my God. What if? I hope you're right on all of that.
I hope
Like,
I
on
am
how
too.
she's doing.
Yeah, I hope I am too. Otherwise, I'm sure there would be like a little amended, like, and now she's in prison for a second murder, you know?
Right.
Like
Well,
something else.
She's got time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn.
Isn't that crazy?
That's fucked up. That's
So
so
fucked
fucked
up.
up. Just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do it. Well, fuck. If you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to Aaron's case, go to our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. For I Said Goddamn
Mm-hmm.
Podcast. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com or snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 9197.
9. And then please subscribe, rate, and review. Go tell all your friends about us so we can be a big and important podcast.
Woohoo!
You know, we've been getting messages recently of people that are like, I just found you guys. How did I not know about you?
Oh, really? How
Yeah.
exciting.
I know. Isn't it cool? I really need to be better about like screenshotting those to you.
Yeah, you should.
I'm always just like assuming that you saw them too.
Yeah. Most of the time I don't. If it looks aggressive, then I'll click on it and I'm like, oh no, what'd we do wrong? And then it's like, Jesus wouldn't like this. And I'm like, well, tell him to tell me.
Yeah. No, don't. I don't want him to tell me. The universe tells you in shitty ways.
Oh, fair. That's true. They're like, I did. I sent your kid fucking screaming out of Target.
I know, right? Fucking listen.
Maybe if you didn't take his name in vain all the time,
Everything
kids
would
wouldn't
be
be such
fine.
little shits.
Anyway, bye guys.
Bye.